Hi, friends. I am Sweta Kaushal, and today we are in conversation with writer filmmaker Tahira Kashyap. Hi.
Hi, Sweta.
Guilt trips are part of being a mom. And do you want to talk about moments where you knew doing something or not doing something would be a major guilt trip, but you are super proud that you still went ahead and did that thing or did not do that thing, whatever it was?
Yeah, I think I was forever on this guilt trip. Always. I think the fact that I had a cesarean and not a normal. So vaginal is considered to be normal. And I don't even understand why is that? Why do we think that's the normal way? The rest of the women who've had a cesarean, how are they lesser mortals? But it was, of course, it did not come directly from my family, but I could see the society and the uncles and the aunts who were coming to congratulate, and they would say, oh, cesarean ho gaya, chalo koi nahi. And I was like, chalo koi nahi ka matlab, I'm very happy it's happened this way. But so I was guilty at that point of time. I was like, oh no, so now I have to redeem myself and I have to show the world that I deserve the medal of being the perfect mother, and I have lost that opportunity in not giving a normal birth. So then I was like, I'm going to take care of my kids completely. I did not let anybody even wash their diapers, everything on my own. And I was guilty about it all the time. Then I had gained 20 kilos. I was guilty about being overweight. Then when I took 40 minutes out of the entire day schedule to gym, I used to feel guilty about that too. When I nev- when the milk production was less, I was not. It did not fill the baby. I was guilty about that. If I took a top feed, I was guilty. And it's just not about being a mother. I just think if you are a woman or identify as one, suddenly in the patriarchal setup that we are in, we I don't know why we answerable to everyone, and we feel, and everybody has the right to question us. And so this does not just extend to the moms, but it's actually to do with us in general. And so we are perpetually on a guilt trip. And yeah, these are some of the incidents where I felt very very guilty. And but now I also forgot my child in a restaurant, the chapter you must have read. I didn't forget to take my bag and I didn't forget to pay the bill, but I forgot the child in the restaurant. The waiter had to come running, stop me in the elevator and tell me, Madam, you've forgotten your baby. I was just so embarrassed, and there were people in the lift looking at me, and I just didn't know where to look. But I have done all of that. I'm guilty of it. I've actually dropped my kids to school on a public holiday, and I have come back home with my kids cursing me for waking them up at 6 o'clock in the morning. So I've done all of that, and I don't think these blunders they cease to happen. I'm continuing on the path of committing blunders one after the other, but today I'm more forgiving towards myself. Earlier on, I used to take it too seriously. I mean to say, even during my health issue, my mom took over and she would give the tiffin, and I used to be worried. कि अरे यार, she's given cheese sandwiches on 2 days. How unhealthy. And now I think of it, how does it even matter? I learned how to let go very recently in life, and I'm happier this way.
That is a tough lesson, I'm sure. So, you've earlier mentioned that you share your drafts with your husband. How much has Ayushmann Khurrana contributed to the final draft of this book?
He was just in horror. He was mortified and he was shocked, and he laughed at some places, and more often than not, because it was him also in the book, he was mortified. He was like, are you sure you're going to write this? And I was like, yeah, this is my book and this is me, and this is how it's going. And the idea behind sharing it with him was not for him to give me some sort of a permission, because this is my life too, but it was with the sense of, since both of us have the love for art and writing and cinema, it was more to do with giving some constructive criticism, the flow of the chapters or how it's getting along. It was more to do with that. But I think I have really mortified him and embarrassed him, and I think he knows that he has no other option but to live up with this creature.
You also mentioned how you would often feel jealous of him for his lack of guilt. in this
Oh
parenthood?
yeah, I think that's, it's just not him, it's just men. Men in general are so no, you would be able to tell me about your husband also. If he has to do his piece of work, he will not be bothered about the 3 year old's food and tiffin and khana. I don't know, it's but this perpetual guilt is on my head, and I, yes, I have felt this pang of jealousy where the 10 minutes break that I take for myself, and that 10 minutes it's all clouded with what my children are doing. And this man, he comes, he has the most joyous time with the kids, and then he leaves for work. And but there was a lesson or two for me to learn as well, right, that I can also enjoy, but I, which I learned later on, I did not enjoy before because I was always on work mode, always on accomplishing things and trying to prove a point to I don't know whom, यार मतलब किसको पॉइंट प्रूव कर लिया मैंने कि 7 months मैंने ब्रेस्ट फीड किया, 6 months किया, या 1 year है, आई डोंट नो कौन सी रिपोर्ट कार्ड में लिखा जाएगा. What was I doing? But I know that a lot of women take that pressure. And my intention behind telling this is there is no point in taking that pressure. So do what appeases you the best.
We need a lot of that. We need, I'm sure, we also need a lot of time before we can actually overcome. But yes, your
The fact that we are
effort
talking about
definitely
it,
counts.
it's a big achievement in itself.
True,
Yeah, but we have a long way to go. Definitely. I
true.
agree.